2026 ni mwendelezo wa ziara hiyo nchini huko Urusi. Lakini hapo tayari Rais anaonekana akiwa na picha, lakini hapo akiwa katika chuo. Hiki ni chuo cha Ruden, chuo kikuu cha urafiki wa kimataifa cha Urusi nchini humo, ambapo Rais hii leo anatarajiwa kupokea shahada ya uzamivu katika chuo hiko katika masuala ya elimu, diplomasia pamoja na uongozi. Huu ni ukumbi ambao Rais anatarajiwa kuwa atafika hapo kama inavyoonekana hivyo, lakini mengi tutaweza kuendelea kuyajua, lakini tutaendelea kujuza mengi nikiwa na mwenzangu hapa studio Safina Yasin, tukiwa tunayezungumzia haya. Safina.
Chuo cha Ruden ni chuo maarufu sana nchini Urusi katika mji wa Moscow. Tukizungumzia mji wa Moscow, ni mji maarufu sana na ni mji mkubwa katika nchi ya Urusi. Ruden inaturudisha miaka ya 1960 ambapo
60
mwaka 1960. Naona Rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania ameshawasili. Kuna dalili ya kwamba amewasili katika ukumbi huo.
Mwanzoni alipokelewa na wenyeji wake chuoni hapo, na sasa hivi tayari amekwisha fika hapo katika ukumbi ambao vitu vyote vitafanyika hapo, lakini anaonekana akiwa anaongozana na wenyeji wake na wageni ambao wamefika hapo. Mapema asubuhi kwenye Jambo Tanzania mlifanikiwa kuzungumza na Rais wa wanafunzi wa Tanzania katika chuo hiki cha Ruden, na alizungumzia mengi, ikiwemo wao ni sehemu ya watu ambao watakuwepo mahali hapa kwa ajili ya kumpokea Rais. Katika
Mario, anaitwa Mario, ni rais wa Jumuiya ya Watanzania katika chuo hicho cha Ruden, na ametuelezea vizuri. Tukiangazia kuhusiana na chuo cha Ruden, tunarudi miaka 1960 kilipoanzishwa, na lengo kubwa la kuanzisha chuo hicho ilikuwa ni kwa ajili ya mataifa yanayoendelea kama Tanzania. Na awali mwaka 1961 kilikuwa kinafahamika kama Patrice Lumumba, na baadaye mwaka 1992 kikabadilishwa jina ndio kikaitwa Ruden.
Na kumbuka miaka ya 1960 hapo tunazungumzia ukombozi wa bara la Afrika. Mataifa mengi yalikuwa yanaanza kupata uhuru, kwa sababu mwaka 61 Tanzania ndio ikapata uhuru. 62 ikafuatiwa na Uganda, alafu ikafuatia Kenya 63. Kwa hiyo kipindi hiko kilikuwa ni heka na harakati za kupata uhuru. Kwa hiyo kilikuja kikiwa na katika wakati mzuri.
Na ukizungumzia chuo hiki kwa Waafrika miaka hiyo ya 60 mpaka 90 walikuwa wakienda kusoma nchini Urusi, walikuwa wanakifahamu vizuri kwa sababu kimewasomesha wengi Waafrika wengi. Na kipindi hicho unajua harakati ndo zilikuwa za baadhi ya mataifa kupata uhuru. Na kwa sasa takwimu zinaonyesha 25% tu ni Warusi wanasomea pale, lakini 75 ni kutoka kwa taifa mbalimbali.
Sasa Safina, tufuatilie kwanza pamoja na mtazamaji kinachoendelea, halafu tutarejea hapa kwa ajili ya kukujuza mengi.
Дамы и господа, звучит гимн Российской Федерации. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of the Russian Federation.
Уважаемые коллеги, слово предоставляется заместителю министра науки и высшего образования Российской Федерации Могилевскому Константину Ильичу.
Уважаемая госпожа президент, уважаемые члены ученого совета, коллеги, друзья, от имени Миноборнауки России рад приветствовать вас на этой торжественной церемонии. Сегодня мы собрались здесь, чтобы вручить звание почетного доктора РУДН президенту Объединенной Республики Танзания Самии Сулуху Хасану, нашему большому другу и человеку, который вносит огромный вклад в укрепление российско-танзанийских отношений.
We gathered here today to confer the title of the honorary RUDN doctor upon the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, our great friend and a person
в российских университетах. Сегодня в нашей стране обучается свыше 250 граждан Танзании. Отмечаем, что их количество, равно как и интерес к российской высшей школе, продолжают расти. Благодарны вам, госпожа президент, за весомый вклад в развитие образовательного сотрудничества России и Танзании. Со своей стороны, мы активно занимаемся подготовкой национальных кадров республики, российских вузов в рамках квоты правительства Российской Федерации.
We are very grateful to you, Madam President, for your special contribution into development of the educational cooperation between Russia and Tanzania. On our behalf, we are actively preparing the national staff, Tanzanian professionals in the Russian tertiary institutions. We are planning to continue growing this cooperation. The numbers of the students are set for next year 150. Only an hour ago, an interdepartmental memorandum on scientific innovation and cultural activities was signed between Russia and Tanzania. This document provides a strong foundation for future projects. Dear Madam President, Russia University of People's Friendship, named after Patrice Lumumba, since 1960 has been preparing Africa experts. Graduates of RUDN work in governments, ministries, and leading companies all over the continent. And we are proud that the cabinet members of Tanzania also include those who started their student journey here. The Ministry of Education and Science congratulates you, Madam President, with this honorary title. We'd like to wish you further success with further strengthening bilateral cooperation between Russia and Tanzania, and also culture and science field. Thank you so much. Dear members of the ceremony, Deputy Minister Konstantin Mogilevsky has briefly noted that huge body of work that the Russian state is conducting in developing cooperation with African countries, and a special role throughout many decades in developing this cooperation in education, science, also further training for all of African countries is played by the Russian University of People's Friendship. It is by no chance that, according to the results of the Heads of State Summit between Russia and Africa, for special contribution of our university into this cooperation, our People's Friendship University was once again awarded and returned the name of Patrice Lumumba. I will be able to give you more details about this huge body of work, at the heart of which is RUDN. I would like to give the floor to the rector of our university, Professor Oleg Yastrебов. Your Excellency, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, Madam President of the United Republic of Tanzania, dear members of Tanzanian delegation, dear visitors to our university, dear colleagues and students, dear friends. Today, Russian University of People's Friendships is going through a truly historic time. It is with great pride and joy we confer the title of Honorary Doctor of RUDN University upon an outstanding statesman, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan. This step symbolizes RUDN's special connection with Africa. It also recognizes the achievements of the head of Tanzanian state in developing the educational system, strengthening international cooperation through scientific diplomacy and promoting intercultural dialogue, and, of course, in deepening the Russian-Tanzanian academic partnership. The principles of the strategy being implemented under the leadership of the President of Tanzania are deeply in tune with the idea that underlay the creation of the People's Friendship University of Russia. RUDN is a unique educational project, actually. The history of our university is a history of brave idea, bold idea. The university was founded in 1960 by the decision of the USSR government. The mission was to train highly qualified specialists and support countries of Asia, Africa, Latin America, to train highly qualified specialists and share most advanced knowledge and technologies. Today, we continue training highly qualified specialists on the basis of partnership, friendship, equality, and mutual understanding. Today, RUDN is the most international university in the world. We host students from over 160 world countries. Our graduates are working in all world countries today. Our achievements were recognized in world university rankings. RUDN is among the strongest universities in Russia and the world. We are ranked third in QS World University rankings among Russian universities. Also, RUDN is numbered among the world's top 100 universities in chemistry, petroleum, engineering, linguistics, mathematics, agriculture. For many years now, our university has been recognized as the greenest university in our country. For us, this is a sign of responsibility to future generations, created together with our amazing students. RUDN today is the multidisciplinary university in Russia. Our students across 17 academic units are going through over 800 educational programs, and all of these educational programs and courses also have compulsory two languages, and also programming and AI. For us, it's very important to share Russian approaches in high tech and AI. Out of 36,000 students studying at RUDN today, international students number over 13,000. Especially valuable is the fact that every 8th student is a future scientist. Today, over 200,000 postgraduates are studying postgraduate studies. Africa is a strategic region for our country and also for our university. We're proud of the fact that our university bears the name of Patrice Lumumba, an outstanding son of Congo, DRC, legendary freedom fighter for independence of African continent. RUDN has always paid a special attention to Africa cooperation. This cooperation is based on a strong foundation of established relationships. Let me give you some numbers that will be proven fact of the strategic nature of this relationship.
Over entire history, our institute trained over 16,000 highly qualified specialists for the African countries. These are the medical professionals, engineers, agricultural specialists, lawyers, diplomats that significantly contribute to the development of their countries and strengthen relationships between Russia and Tanzania. Among them, we've got more than 1,100 citizens of Tanzania. Over the course of 5 recent years, the number of African students doubled, more than doubled, and we see the great untapped capacity to increase the number of students from African countries. This year, as a part of the Open Olympiad RUDN for the foreign citizens, it was participated by more than 10,000 applicants from all African countries, and the most talented of them will become our students this year. The value of each organization is in its partners. RUDN really values our partners from the African countries. We have 79 cooperation agreements with the African continent countries. And this pool of partnership was supplemented by one more significant higher educational establishment. I mean the Dar es Salaam Technology University. And we concluded the agreement to implement the joint educational programs on such relevant engineering systems as technical control systems and AI, and study the space sciences. The foundation of any cooperation is we have a growing demand to study Russian language in Africa. This is a language of science, diplomacy, and direct interpersonal communication. This trend relies on our systemic work on promotion of Russian language in the African continent, support of educational and enlightenment initiatives. In 5 countries, the Russian language centers and pre-university training centers. Also, 19 subject-oriented classes. We are planning this year to launch these classes in the Republic of Tanzania as well. And this year, Democratic Republic of Congo, the fatherland of Patrice Lumumba, in Kinshasa University, the Russian language is mandatory for all the students of this remarkable university. Ruden, in its turn, for the best students, provides an opportunity to study Swahili language for free. Annual Day of Swahili Culture has become a good tradition for Ruden. Our university is not just about education. Of course, this is a scientific and research center. The scientists of Ruden accomplish a lot of work with the colleagues from African universities. Over the course of 3 recent years, we published more than 400 joint publications of highest quality. 80% of these publications are published in the high-ranking magazines Q1 and Q2 level. They present results on bioengineering, medicine, natural sciences, AI, and space sciences. In the labs of the university, jointly with our African colleagues, we test the Russian varieties of high-tech groups. We test application of the Russian technology under the African climate conditions. Madam President, no doubts, the special role is played in this cooperation by Tanzania. The citizens of your country study in our university from day one. It's quite symbolic that the very first graduate of Ruden was a citizen of Tanzania. Diploma number 1 was given to Hanga Tanzania from Zanzibar on economy and law. And we are proud that over 1,100 citizens who received education in Ruden, they work for the Tanzania. They contribute in your country's economy and education. They are allies of our partnership and friendship. Currently, out of 200 Tanzanian students receiving education in Russia, 72, almost half of them, study here in our university. We see the great potential to increase the number of Tanzanian citizens in our university. Very recently, the other day, we received an invitation to take part in the Samia program to train talented youth of Tanzania, and we confirmed our readiness to join this educational program. Between our university and Tanzanian university, we have 3 cooperation agreements. As a part of this visit, we signed 2 more cooperation agreements. The scientists of Ruden and Tanzania are engaged in the joint research work, and in the last year, we published 10 publications in the highly quoted magazines. And cooperation with universities and scientific centers of Tanzania undergoes significant changes that are taking place in the educational system of Tanzania, guided by the Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, the President of Tanzania. These transformations are meant for the systemic increase of quality of education, development of sciences, technology and innovations, strengthening HR capital, and also broadening bilateral academic connections with the universities of the Russian Federation. Partnership between Ruden and Tanzanian University is reaching a brand new level. We rely on the strategic support of the Tanzanian colleagues and joint commitment to the long-term cooperation. In this process, we see that the fundamental role is played by the President of Tanzania and her consistent choice in favor of scientific diplomacy, international educational cooperation, and cross-cultural dialogue for the progress, prosperity, and strengthening friendship between our peoples. This policy is fully in tune with the mission and values of Rhoden University, named after Patrice Lumumba. Our strive for equality, scientific progress, and serving humanity. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the results of cooperation between Rhoden and African countries testify that there is a great interest and demand for cooperation between our countries. Our partnership is based on real projects, real initiatives, very practical and tangible results. Rhoden used to be and remains the friend of Africa, the leading expert center across the broad-based number of issues related to the African continent. This is the university where cultures meet each other, where ideas are manifested into practice, the leaders are shaped, and the bridges are built between countries and the people. We highly appreciate our partnership with Africa and specifically with Tanzania. I am positive that together we can accomplish even more for the educational and science development, for strengthening human capital, for the peace, mutual understanding between our people. Thanks for your precious attention. Thank you, the director of our university, for demonstration of high level of cooperation between our university. And before we move on to the ceremony to confer the honorary doctorate degree of Rhoden University, and first of all, I would like to present a short video devoted to the growing and developing Tanzania. That Tanzania, those rule, is growing both in the African continent as well in the world. And the yesterday's meeting is another evidence and testimony to that. The meeting of the President of the United Republic of Tanzania and President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin. This video is devoted to the growing Tanzania under the guidance of Her Excellency, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Madam Samia Suluhu Hassan. Please take a look at the screen.
Tanzania Rising, a new era of diplomacy, development, and partnership. In March 2021, a new chapter began in Tanzania's development journey, guided by a bold vision for inclusive growth and sustainable prosperity. Her Excellency, President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, placed economic diplomacy at the center of Tanzania's engagement with the world. Since assuming office, her objective was clear: attract investment, promote tourism, strengthen international trade, and create opportunities for Tanzanians across all sectors of the economy. Today, the results speak for themselves. Under President Samia's leadership, Tanzania embraced a proactive and outward-looking foreign policy that strengthened economic partnerships around the globe. Through strategic engagement with investors, development partners, and international markets, Tanzania reinforced its reputation as one of Africa's most promising investment destinations. This renewed confidence translated into tangible economic gains. Between March 2021 and March 2026, Tanzania registered 1,382 foreign investment projects with a combined value of approximately $35.6 million United States dollars. These investments created 628,769 employment opportunities for Tanzanians, contributing to income generation, skills development, and industrial growth. The growing flow of foreign direct investment reflects international confidence in Tanzania's stable political environment, sound economic management, and commitment to creating a conducive business climate. Tourism, one of Tanzania's leading economic sectors, has experienced remarkable growth. In 2021, Tanzania welcomed approximately 1.7 million international visitors, generating tourism revenues of $1.3 billion United States dollars. Through targeted tourism promotion, improved connectivity, and strategic international engagement, the sector has witnessed unprecedented expansion. By December 2025, international tourist arrivals had increased to 2.3 million visitors, while tourism earnings reached $4.410 billion United States dollars. Beyond the numbers, tourism growth has created jobs, empowered local communities, and supported conservation efforts, strengthened Tanzania's position as a premier global destination. While opening Tanzania to the world, President Samia also recognized that the country's greatest resource is its people. Since assuming office, education has remained at the heart of the national development agenda. Significant increases in education funding has expanded access to learning opportunities for children across the country. Student enrollment in primary schools rose from 11,196,788 in 2021 to 11,428,424 in 2025. And secondary education enrollment also continued to rise steadily from 2,671,927 in 2021 to 3,425,822 in 2025, reflecting government's commitment to ensuring every child has the opportunity to learn, grow, and succeed. A landmark reform under President Samia's leadership has been the extension of basic education from 7 years to 10 years. This transformative policy broadens access to education, reduces barriers to learning, and equips young Tanzanians with the knowledge and skills needed to compete in a rapidly changing global economy. The government's investment in education extends beyond primary and secondary schools. Each year, thousands of students graduate from Tanzanian universities through government-supported higher education loans. Since President Samia assumed office, more than 1.1 million students have benefited from higher education financing, opening pathways to professional careers and economic empowerment. Recognizing the importance of innovation and technology in the 21st century, the government launched the Samia Scholarship Program. By the 2026-27 academic year, 7,713 students are expected to benefit from this initiative. At the same time, 50 outstanding Tanzanian students are pursuing advanced studies abroad in data science, artificial intelligence, and related disciplines through the Samia Scholarship Extended DS AI Plus program. These investments are helping to prepare a new generation of leaders, innovators, researchers, and entrepreneurs who will drive Tanzania's transition toward a knowledge-based digital economy. From expanding economic opportunities to investing in education and human capital, Tanzania's transformation reflects a leadership vision centered on inclusion, innovation, and sustainable development. Economic diplomacy has opened new doors to investment, trade, and tourism. Education reforms are equipping future generations with the skills to seize those opportunities. Together, these achievements are laying the foundation for a stronger, more prosperous, and globally competitive Tanzania. As the nation moves forward, one message remains clear. A Tanzania that invests in its people is a Tanzania that invests in its future. Tanzania rising, together towards a brighter future.
Dear colleagues, dear members of the Academic Council of the University, dear guests, dear students, as was presented in Rector's address, Oleg Yastrebov shown that our university yearly hosts Students from over 160 world countries and our university graduates are working in practically every world country today. Among these alumni, there are presidents, prime ministers, many hundreds of ministers, MPs, representatives, parliaments throughout the world. We quite rarely confer honorary doctorship titles from a Russian University of People's Friendship. This is conferred only upon those state leaders who make a significant contribution into strengthening the peace, friendship and cooperation, realizing the mission of the Russian University of People's Friendship. As was shown also in the rector's address, Tanzania is one of the key partners of our university on the African continent. For this reason, the Academic Council of the University on the 16th of March 2026, with unanimous vote, has taken a decision to confer the head of United Republic of Tanzania the honorary title of an honorary doctor of Russian People's Friendship University, and to confer this honorary title of the honorary doctor of People's Friendship University named after Patrice Lumumba to Her Excellency, the President of United Republic of Tanzania, Madam Samia Suluhu Hassan. We would like to invite the rector of the Russian University for People's Friendship, Oleg Yastrебov, and Madam Samia Suluhu Hassan. Now the floor goes to for the honorary doctor of Russian Friendship People's Friendship University named after Patrice Lumumba, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan.
Please be seated. Honorable Valery Falkov, Minister of Science and Higher Education of the Russian Federation, Professor Vladimir Filipov, President of the Rudin University, Honorable Ministers and Deputy Ministers here present from Russia and Tanzania, Chairperson of the Rudin University Board, Professor Oleg Yasrebov, Rector of the People's Friendship University of Russia, distinguished members of the University Council and Senate, members of the Diplomatic Corps, esteemed professors, lecturers, researchers, and administrative staff, wanafunzi wa Tanzania, hamjambo? Mambo, asante sana. Thank you. Members of the press, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, it is with deep humility, profound and gratitude that I stand here before you today to receive the honorary doctorate degree, honoris causa, from the People's Friendship University of Russia, an institution whose name and history speak strongly to the friendship and nations of the dignity of all peoples. First and foremost, I render gratitude to this moment of fellowship, reflection, and shared commitment to knowledge. I further extend my sincere appreciation to the University Council, the Senate, the Rector, the academic community, and the students of Rhoden University for this distinguished honor. Thank you very much. I must admit that when I received the news of this conferment, it dawned on me that this honor is not mine alone. Rather, it is a tribute to our shared commitment to progress, cooperation, and the advancement of humanity. It is also a recognition of the journey of friendship between Tanzania and Russia, and of the enduring belief that education remains one of the most powerful bridges between our nations. Professor Yasrebov, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the People's Friendship University of Russia occupies a special place in the history of international education. Since its establishment in 1960s, this university has carried a mission that remains deeply relevant today: to bring together young people from different countries, and I met some of them down there receiving me, but cultures and histories, and prepare them not only for professional success, but for their service to humanity. The very name of this university reminds us that knowledge must never be isolated from friendship, but rather serve as a cornerstone for international and intercultural understanding and proximity. It is in this recognition that we train leaders who can serve a world that is increasingly connected, but still deeply in need of wisdom. This is very important. The world is very much connected, but need deep wisdom. And this is what Rhoden University is doing to our students. For Africa, the history of this university is of a particular significance. Its association with Patrice Lumumba, one of the enduring symbols of Africa's struggle for independence and dignity, gives this institution a moral resonance that goes beyond academia. It reminds us that education and freedom are often intertwined, that knowledge has been loyal companion in the journey of newly independent nations, and that universities can become powerful instruments of human liberation, national development, and global solidarity. In this connection, it is worth noting that the Russian Federation played a significant role in the African liberation struggle and has consistently remained a dependable partner in the quest for socio-economic progress in Africa. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, for Tanzania, Rhoden University is not a distant institution. It is part of our shared history of cooperation, which goes beyond the confines of education and deeply grounded by the fraternal relations between Tanzania and Russia. It is a relationship shaped by solidarity, mutual respect, and cooperation in areas that matter the lives of our peoples. In this regard, it is pleasing to note that our relationship in the education sector has grown tremendously. Over the years, more than 5,000 Tanzanians have pursued higher education in the former Soviet Union and later Russian Federation. They proudly returned home as doctors, as engineers, as scientists, as defense experts, as diplomats, as teachers, as administrators, and as public servants. Approximately a quarter of them, around 1,100, as the rector has mentioned, of these students studied at this very university. Congratulations. Their knowledge, discipline, and service have significantly contributed to sectoral development and national building efforts in general. This is the quiet power of education. A student leaves home with a dream, crosses borders in search of knowledge, and returns with the tools to help build a nation. This is a quiet power of education. And in that journey, one life is transformed, and eventually the family is transformed, the community is transformed, and the entire country and nation is transformed. This is the power of education. Distinguished guests, in Tanzania, at independence, our access to higher education was very limited. The University of Dar es Salaam, established in 1961, began with a small first cohort of less than 20 students. Today, Tanzania is a home to 52 universities and university colleges owned by public and private sector, with annual enrollment exceeding 250 students. This progress reflects decades of national efforts, sacrifice, and belief in the transformative power of education. Nevertheless, we are not oblivious to the fact that demands of the future far outweigh the current demands. It is evident that the world is changing at a remarkable pace. Economies are being reshaped by energy transition, digital technologies, artificial intelligence, data science, robotics, biotechnology, climate innovation, and advanced medicine. No nation in the world can afford to be left behind. For Tanzania and for Africa, more broadly, the question is not whether we shall participate in the knowledge economy, but rather it is how we shall prepare our young people well enough to lead within the changing world. Being cognizant of the current trends, Tanzania Development Vision 2050 places knowledge, skills, science, technology, and innovation at the heart of our national transformation agenda. We are aware that roads, ports, energy projects or energy systems, industries and digital platforms are essential. But we also know that infrastructure alone does not transform the nation. Transformation requires people, skilled people, disciplined people, innovative people, and patriotic people who understand that knowledge must serve the common good. And the Ruden University is supporting Tanzania in this transformation, in preparing our young people to be ready to serve their nation. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is in this spirit that my government established the Samia Scholarship Program in 2023. The program was created to support high-performing Tanzanian students, especially in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, medicine, and other strategic fields. Its purpose is simple, but of utmost importance, deeply important, to ensure that no academically gifted Tanzanian is denied access to world-class education because of financial constraints. So this is what Samia Scholarship was doing, supporting the talented students from the poor families to proceed with their further education. To date, the Samia Scholarship Program has supported more than 5,000 outstanding students in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics disciplines. We are now expanding opportunities for high achievers to pursue advanced studies in the fields such as data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, medicine engineering, oil and gas, environmental science, and climate-related technologies. This initiative is not only an education program, it is a conscious national investment in the future. We know that we are investing today, but these young ones, they are going to serve and lead the nation in the future. It is an investment in the doctor who will save lives, investment to an engineer who will build infrastructure, a scientist who will solve problems, an innovator who will create jobs, a teacher who will shape generations. And it is an investment in the young Tanzanian who believes that knowledge is not complete until it serves the society. In this regard, I see great potential for deeper cooperation between Tanzanian universities and Ruden University. We welcome expanded scholarship opportunities, joint research, academic mobility, staff and student exchanges, curriculum development, and specialized programs aligned with Tanzania's development priorities. We would also welcome cooperation under which experienced Russian professors and specialists, including retired experts and in critical fields, may support academic programs in Tanzania under the mutually agreed frameworks. Such cooperation would strengthen our universities, enrich our students, and deepen the academic and cultural ties between our two countries. I'm glad to learn that today several memorandum of understanding will be signed or have been signed to enhance cooperation between our learning institutions. And my Minister of Education is here, who has done this great job. Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, permit me to direct my discourse to students who are here with us today. Dear students, you are studying at a time of great uncertainties, but also with great possibilities. The world you inherit will require more than skills and certificates. It will require character. It will require discipline. It will require curiosity. It will require compassion and patriotism. And it will require the ability to work across cultures, across disciplines, and across borders. Whether you come from Russia, Tanzania, Africa, Asia, Latin America, the Middle East, or elsewhere, remember this: education is not only a pathway to personal success, it is also a call to public responsibility. The knowledge you receive here should help you build, heal, innovate, and serve. It will prepare you not only to find your place in the world, but to improve the world around you. A degree may open doors for you, but what you do after passing through those doors is what will define your contribution to humanity. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as I receive this honor today, I do so with humility. I receive it as a president of the United Republic of Tanzania. I receive it as a daughter of Africa. I receive it as a passionate believer in education. And I receive it as a friend of this university and of the Russian people. This award is not uniquely mine. It is a tribute to the people of Tanzania, whose confidence and trust have given me the privilege to serve. It belongs to the teachers who shaped us, the parents who sacrificed for us, and the young people whose dreams continue to remind us that leadership must always be about service and not ourselves. The Tanzanian founding father, Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere, taught us that development must always place the human being at the center. That lesson continues to guide us. What you have seen in the documentary is because of this reminder of our founding father. And knowing that education has always played a central role in our development path, it should, in that respect, serve humanity. And we are here and ready to serve the humanity. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as a humble recipient of this honor, and now a member of the Rhoden fraternity, I commit myself to further strengthen academic, cultural, and people-to-people ties between Tanzania and this esteemed institution. I'll continue to encourage Tanzanian students and scholars to see Rhoden as a place of learning, friendship, and opportunity. And at this point, let me once again express my heartfelt appreciation to the leadership of Rhoden University, the University Council, the Senate, the Rector, the professors, staff, and students for this historic recognition. Thank you very much. I'm grateful for this. Rhoden University, the Russian Federation, and the United Republic of Tanzania continue to prosper. Long live friendship between Russia and Tanzania. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Spasiba. Thank you very much.
Esteemed participants of the ceremonial event, today all of us together witnessed the historic event, historic moment that will be always kept in the history, in the census of our unique Russian People's Friendship University, named after Patrice Lumumba. The decision of the Academic Council of our university is a recognition of high merits and personal contribution of Madam President in the development of Russian-Tanzanian relationships, in strengthening friendship between our peoples. Also, this is a great symbol of great respect and deep appreciation for the role that the United Republic of Tanzania plays in the modern world and in the development of multilateral cooperation of the Russian Federation with the African continent countries. We witnessed yesterday, many of us witnessed the President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, congratulated Mrs. Samia Suluhu Hassan on this high honorable award, the Honorary Doctor of Rudan University Award. We are positive that our today's ceremony will lay a strong foundation for further extension of connections between Russia and Tanzania. We're always happy to see you, Madam President, and representatives of your wonderful country within the walls of our university. The ceremony of conferring the diploma of Honorary Doctor of Rudan University is coming to a closure. But while, Madam President, it is not done, it is not over yet, because the students of our university, they really want to make a gift for enjoy a gift by the students of Rudan University for you.
Na mtazamaji, tayari hiyo ni shahada ya uzamivu ya heshima. Tayari Rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania Samia Suluhu Hassan ametunukiwa hapo muda si mrefu, lakini pia ameweza kuzungumza na tumesikia mengi ambayo amezungumza, lakini kubwa ni amefurahi kwanza kuipokea hiyo tuzo, ni shahada ya uzamivu ya heshima ambayo ameipokea hapo, lakini kubwa ambalo ameligusia ni pamoja na anasema tuzo hiyo si heshima kwake peke yake, ila ni pamoja na kwa Watanzania wote. Na hii si tuzo ya kwanza, kwa sababu mapema mwaka huu, kama sikosei, mwezi wa 4 alipata heshima nyingine. Hii ni PhD kutoka huko nchini Nigeria, katika chuo cha Nasarawa Kwa hiyo huu ni muendelezo katika baadhi ambazo zimepita kwenye miaka ya nyuma, lakini hii inaonyesha mchango mkubwa ambao rais amekuwa akiuonesha katika nyanja mbalimbali za maendeleo. Hii leo imegusa katika elimu, lakini pia imegusa katika diplomasia pamoja na uongozi. Ni kati ya mambo ambayo yamekuwa yakifanywa vizuri na mchango wake unaendelea kuonekana.
Tukizungumzia chuo cha Ruden, ni chuo, unajua pale kwenye maongezi unasikia Patrice Lumumba. Watu wanaweza kujiuliza kwamba labda Patrice Lumumba alisoma hapo. Hapana, kuwahi kusoma pale, lakini kama alipewa heshima kwa sababu chuo kilianzishwa. Patrice Lumumba alifariki mwaka 1961 mwezi Januari, na chuo kikaanzishwa Septemba, kitu kama hicho, masomo ndo akaanza rasmi. Lakini kutokana na harakati za kuikomboa Afrika, na chuo hiki kilikuwa mahususi kwa ajili ya kuwakomboa nchi ambazo zinaendelea Afrika, lakini Asia na vitu kama hivyo. Kwa wakasema hapana, tuipe jina chuo hicho cha Ruden. Na chuo hiki asiyejua ni kwamba 75% ya wanafunzi wanatoka katika nchi mbalimbali, na 25% tu ndio wanatoka ni wenye asili ya Urusi. Kwa hiyo unaona kabisa, ndio maana nasema ni chuo cha kimataifa, kwamba zaidi ya nchi 160 wanakutana pale, wanapata elimu. Kwa hiyo ni jambo jema, lakini pia awali tulizungumza na Tanzania anayesoma katika chuo hicho, akieleza kwamba habari njema ni kwamba mitaala wa lugha ya Kiswahili imewekwa kwenye mtaala katika chuo chao. Kwa hiyo ni habari njema, Kiswahili kinaendelea kukua. Ukiona kwenye television pale, kwenye runinga, unaona watu wanyoesha utamaduni wao. Na Mario ambaye ni rais wa jumuiya ya wa Tanzania wanaosoma katika chuo cha Ruden alisema kwamba wanapewa nafasi ya kuonyesha utamaduni zao. Wanapewa nafasi, yani ni kwamba ukienda kule nje usahau utamaduni wao, kwa sababu kama ngoma utaicheza. Na akatuahidi kwamba kutakuwa kuna show nzuri, show kuhusiana na tamaduni mbalimbali, burudani, lakini kuonyesha uhalisia wa watu wanaokutana katika chuo hiki. Na chuo hiki wahitimu wa kwanza ilikuwa ni mwaka 1965,
ambapo Watanzania na wenyewe
walikuwepo. Ukizungumzia chuo cha Ruden unazungumzia miaka ya 60. Awali ilikuwa ni
Patrice Lumumba.
Patrice Lumumba. Mpaka sasa hivi kinafahamika kama Patrice Lumumba kwa sababu mwaka 2019 kirudishwa kwamba ni Patrice Lumumba. Unazungumzia Waafrika waliokuja kupata elimu. Na Urusi kipindi hicho, USSR, serikali ya USSR waliamini kwamba kumkomboa Mwafrika si kumtoa tu mkoloni, lakini mpe elimu. Na ndio maana watu waliosoma tiba, wahandisi walienda kusoma kwenye chuo hiko. Wanasema mababu wa heshima mwaka 1965 waliweza kuhitimu kutoka chuo hicho cha Ruden. Kwa hiyo kina historia kubwa kwa bara la Afrika, historia kubwa kwa mataifa yanayoendelea. Lakini pia jambo jingine walikuwa wanazungumzia kuhusiana na utunzaji wa mazingira. Ni chuo ambacho kinara katika utunzaji wa mazingira. Unajua katika nchi ya Urusi kuna kipindi cha wanaita summer na winter. Kipindi cha winter cha baridi kali, majani hupuputika. Lakini kwa upekee sana katika chuo cha Ruden, ni chuo ambacho siku zote ni kijani.
Na hapo wamekutana na kinara wa utunzaji wa mazingira kutoka Tanzania. Kwa hiyo ninaamini kwamba vitakuwa vitu vizuri. Sawa, kwa sasa kuna burudani hapo inatolewa, Safina, kama unaona.
Na Mario alisema kwamba tutaona tamaduni mbalimbali. Nikwambia ni nchi zaidi ya nchi 160 wanafunzi wanasoma hapo. Kwa hiyo tutaona tamaduni mbalimbali. Sasa mimi na Hana
labda tuvizie, tutaweza kuiona ya Tanzania.
Lazima.
Hebu tupate kionjo hicho kidogo, tukirejea tutarejea kuendelea kukupasha.
Barinya 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 sudarinya barinya 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 sudarinya barinya 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 sudarinya barinya 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 sudarinya.
Уважаемые коллеги, разрешите торжественную церемонию, посвященную вручению регалий почетного доктора президенту Объединенной Республики Танзания, считать завершенной. Спасибо всем.
Ceremony is hereby concluded. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Naam, tayari mambo yote yamekamilika. Burudani hiyo umeiona kutokea huko. Nilichosikia ni barinya, lakini sasa sielewi ilikuwa ina maana gani.
Mradi tu uliona anacheza lakini amevaa.
Nimeona kuna Uafrika umeingia hapo katikati.
Inatosha.
Na kweli inatosha. Lakini pia kati ya mambo ambayo amezungumzia katika hotuba yake Rais ni pamoja na mchango, anautambua mchango wa chuo hiki cha Ruden katika mchango wake wa elimu hasa kwa mataifa ya Afrika, bara la Afrika ikiwemo Tanzania. Hapo mwanzoni umesema kuna Watanzania wengi ambao wamepata elimu huko, wamesoma katika nyanja mbalimbali, na hii ni elimu ambayo imeanza wanasema zaidi ya miongo 6. Watanzania wamekuwa wakienda kwenye kubadilishana uzoefu. Kuna yale masomo ambayo ni kwa ajili ya kubadilishana uzoefu, lakini kuna zile scholarship ambazo watu wanakuwa wanalipiwa kwa ajili ya kwenda kusoma.
Na takwimu zinaonyesha kwamba katika chuo hicho wanafunzi 50 mpaka 150 wanapata ufadhili wa masomo. Kwa hiyo ni uhusiano ambao ni mkubwa kwa mataifa hayo mawili, lakini kwa chuo cha Ruden unajua si chuo tu, ni chuo ambacho kina historia kubwa ya Afrika lakini na mataifa ambayo yanaendelea. Sababu dhumuni ya kuanzisha pale ilikuwa ni kuwanyanyua wale watu ambao walikuwa wanapambana katika kujitoa
katika ni katika mataifa katika bara la Asia kwa Afrika, lakini Amerika ya Kusini ni kati ya mataifa ambayo yanazingatiwa katika chuo hiki. Lakini pia tunakumbuka sasa hivi tupo kwenye mpango wa maendeleo wa taifa 2050 na elimu ni kati ya ajenda ambazo zinabebwa sana kuelekea huko. Kwa hiyo tunaendelea vizuri na naona kama kuna wanafunzi ambao wanawakilisha huko, basi ni rahisi kuonesha ni jinsi gani serikali inaendelea kuwekeza kwa wananchi wake, kwa sababu ukiwekeza kwa mwananchi ni tayari umewekeza kwa taifa. Na nilisikia ikizungumzwa pia mapema wakati wakionesha baadhi ya vitu.
Rais Samia amezungumzia kuhusiana na ufadhili wa Samia Scholarship na tija ya kuanzisha Samia Scholarship, na tunafahamu kwamba kuna wanufaika wengi wa Samia Scholarship. Ufadhili kama huu unasaidia, kwa mfano kama tulivyokuwa tunazungumza na Mario asubuhi, anasema yeye amepata ufadhili akaenda kusoma na anaamini kwamba akimaliza atarudi Tanzania.
Anakibeba chakula anakileta hapa.
Na ndio maana ukisoma historia inaonyesha kwamba Ruden ilianzishwa ili Waafrika wa Asia wengine pia mataifa ambayo yalikuwa yanaendelea wapate elimu ili waweze kujikomboa. Unajua ukimpa mtu elimu ni rahisi sana kujikomboa. Unaweza kumpa msaada yote, ukampa pesa. Lakini ukimpa elimu na yeye akaenda kurithisha, inakuwa jambo kubwa.
Elimu ni mali pekee ambayo hauwezi kuiba. Mimi siwezi kuja nikatoa elimu yako, kile ambacho umejifunza unacho, maarifa uliokuwa nayo nikabeba nikaondoka nayo. Sasa hapo nikupitishe pia katika baadhi ya hizi ni shahada za heshima za uzamivu ambazo Rais amezipokea, na hii tunaanzia toka mwaka 2022. Hiyo ilikuwa ni mapema kabisa, alipokea kutoka hapo Chuo Kikuu cha Dar es Salaam. Lakini nyingine hii ni kutokea chuo ni chuo University of Zanzibar, chuo cha Zanzibar hiko chuo kikuu, na hiyo ikiwa inalenga katika usimamizi wa utalii na masoko. Hiyo ilikuwa ni mwaka 2023. Lakini 2023 hiyo nakumbuka alienda nchini India, na huko pia alienda kupokea shahada nyingine tena ya heshima ya uzamivu kutoka chuo cha Jawaharlal Nehru, na hiyo ilikuwa ni katika kutambua mchango wake katika kuchochea maendeleo ya watu nchini Tanzania. Lakini 2024 hiyo ilikuwa ni Ankara University, na hiyo ilikuwa ni inalenga katika suala zima la uchumi, kuangalia namna gani kutambua mchango wake, jinsi alivyoweza kuboresha maisha wa Tanzania kupitia mageuzi ambayo yamekuwa yakifanyika. 2024 hiyo alipokea ingine, hiyo ikitambua katika suala zima la mchango katika sekta ya anga kutoka Korea Airplane University. Hiyo ilikuwa ni huko Korea. Lakini 2024 tena ilikuwa ni kutoka Mzumbe, chuo kikuu cha Mzumbe hapo, na wakiangalia katika mchango, wakiutambua mchango katika uongozi. Lakini mapema nimesema mwaka huu mwezi Aprili alipokea nyingine kutoka Masarawa University kutoka huko Nigeria, akiwa ni kinara wa nishati safi ya kupikia, afya ya mama na mtoto, na taswira nzuri katika uongozi hasa kwa wanawake. Wanawake, lakini hii inakuwa ni nyingine tena. Hayo mambo yote yanayofanywa kusema kweli yanadhihirika.
Tukizungumzia kuhusiana na hiyo tuzo uliosema kuhusiana na mazingira na afya,
nishati na afya ya mama na mtoto,
vifo vya mama na mtoto vimepungua kutokana na maboresho yaliyofanywa na serikali. Hizi tuzo, unajua mtu anapewa shahada ya heshima kutokana na kutambua mchango wake katika kitu fulani. Lakini pia ni vitu ambavyo ni dhahiri na vinaonekana. Yaani uhitaji kupepesa macho kusema kwamba hivi na hivi, hapana, kujitafuta, vinaonekana. Lakini ziara hii ina matunda. Ziara tumeona kuanzia siku ya kwanza alienda katika mnara wa askari asiyejulikana. Sehemu hiyo ina historia kubwa, lakini ni sehemu ambayo inaonyesha namna gani askari walijitoa katika
kulipigania taifa lao
kupitia vita ya pili ya dunia. Lakini pia akazungumza na mwenyeji wake Rais Vladimir Putin, akieleza uhusiano baina ya mataifa hayo na kuonyesha kwamba biashara baina ya Tanzania na Urusi imeongezeka kwa zaidi ya 20%. Unajua, tukizungumzia biashara ya Urusi na Tanzania, tunazungumzia kwa upana mkubwa. Tunazungumzia sisi tunasafirisha, kwa mfano tunasafirisha tumbako ghafi Urusi, kuna kahawa, kuna chai, lakini wao pia wanatuletea mbolea na vitu kama hivyo. Nipe nikupe.
Nipe nikupe. Na tunakumbuka hapo nyuma wakati vita ya Urusi na Ukraine, ni kati ya mambo ambayo yalikuwa yakizungumzwa sana, hasa katika usafirishaji wa bidhaa ikiwemo ngano ambayo Tanzania inaagiza kutoka huko. Lakini pia kesho, ambayo ni siku ya 3 ya ziara hii, tarehe 5, inatarajiwa kwamba Rais atashiriki katika kongamano ni katika jukwaa la kimataifa la uchumi huko St. Petersburg. Na sasa hapa tutakuwa macho na masikio ni Urusi kuangalia nini kinaendelea, lakini kikubwa ni ile dhima iliyobebwa nyuma ya ziara hii ya
alisema kwamba hii ziara si kwa ajili yangu, ni kwa ajili ya Tanzania. Inaenda kufungua milango ya kiuchumi kwa Watanzania wote. Wamesema kwamba jukwaa hilo St. Petersburg, yani Moscow, ni mji wa kihistoria umechanganywa ukisasa na uzamani. Majengo yao yani utamaduni wa kizamani na kisasa. Anaenda tena kwenye mji mwingine mkubwa, nao ni wa kihistoria. Kwa hiyo ni jambo zuri pia.
Sawa, tutaendelea kuyaona mengi, lakini kukufahamisha mengi, na hayo yote yatakuwa yanapatikana hapa TBC. Ukianzia hapa TBC kwenye television, runinga yako hapo, usiache kufuatilia, lakini pia kupitia redio zetu hapo TBC Taifa, Bongo FM na vituo vyote vya TBC, lakini bila kusahau kupitia kurasa zetu za mitandao ya kijamii, ambapo huko unazipata taarifa hapo kwa hapo. Sasa kwa kufikia hapa, tuseme tu kwamba hatuna la ziada, tunaweka nukta. Ulikuwa nami Neema Selemani tukikupitisha kwenye matangazo yale yaliokuwa yakiendelea huko nchini Urusi katika ziara ya Rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania Samia Suluhu Hassan, ambayo hapo kesho utaweza kuyaona mengine ya kutokea huko. Mwenzangu hapa alikuwa ni Safina Kikweli, na hapa wewe ni mgeni ama mwenyeji kule? Bado ni mgeni.
Hapa
kule. Mwenyeji bado.
Sasa huwezi kunifanisha na wewe. Kwa hiyo ni mwenyeji.
Hapa wewe ni mwenyeji. Sawa, tukutakie wakati mzuri. Tukutane hapa katika habari, mkusanyiko wa habari katika Dira ya Mchana hii leo.